Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. When we talk about the Washington Commanders, the NFL landscape is always full of stories, twists, and moments that keep fans on the edge of their seats. But right now, there's a story unfolding that's capturing attention not only from Commanders fans but across the entire league. And honestly, it's about a player who, for years, was one of the most viral moments in franchise history. Yes, I'm talking about Kirk Cousins, the quarterback who once lit up the NFL with his clutch performances and charismatic leadership during his time in Washington. Now he finds himself in a completely different role, not as a starter, not even as a backup, but on the sidelines, holding a clipboard, watching the game unfold from a distance. It's a stark contrast to those glory days, and it's a transition that's been both surprising and telling about how quickly things can change in the NFL. Cousins, who played for Washington from 2012 until 2017, is no stranger to the spotlight. The moments he delivered, like that unforgettable comeback against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2015, where he rallied the team from a 24-0 deficit and famously shouted, "You like that?" are etched in NFL history. That season was one of the last bright spots for the Commanders before a long stretch of rebuilding and tough seasons. Cousins was the steady hand, the guy who could deliver under pressure, and who led Washington to 2 consecutive winning seasons in 2015 and 2016, including a playoff appearance in his first year as the starting quarterback. But since then, the franchise has struggled to find stability at that position, and Cousins has moved on, signing lucrative contracts with other teams, most notably with the Minnesota Vikings, and more recently with the Atlanta Falcons. And speaking of the Falcons, that's where the latest chapter of Kirk Cousins' NFL story is unfolding. After signing a hefty 4-year, $180 million contract with Atlanta in March 2024, many fans and analysts thought he was stepping into a new phase of his career. A veteran quarterback, bringing experience and leadership to a team hoping to contend. But as we all know, the NFL is a league where plans can change in an instant. Just 1 month after signing that big contract, the Falcons made a decision that shocked many. They drafted Michael Penix Jr., a talented first-round quarterback with the 8th overall pick. That move was a clear signal that the Falcons were looking toward the future, perhaps even more so than the present. And suddenly, Cousins found himself in a backup role, watching as Penix took the reins of the offense. Fast forward to the start of the 2025 season, and the situation has become even more intriguing. The Falcons, despite their talent and high hopes, have stumbled out of the gate, particularly on offense. In Week 3, they suffered a shocking, humiliating 30-0 loss to the Carolina Panthers, a team that many expected to be at the bottom of the league standings. And it was in that game that something unexpected happened. With the Falcons trailing heavily, head coach Raheem Morris made the decision to pull rookie Michael Penix Jr. late in the game, bringing in Kirk Cousins to see some action. Now, Morris tried to frame it as a move made out of necessity due to the blowout, but let's be honest, it's a significant development. It's rare to see a quarterback of Cousins' caliber, who signed a 4-year deal not long ago, sitting on the sidelines for so long, and then being inserted into a game during a blowout. This moment raises a lot of questions. Will Cousins get more opportunities to play as the Falcons continue to struggle? Could we see him taking snaps in Week 4 when Atlanta hosts the Commanders? There's a real possibility, especially if the Falcons' offense, which has been one of the league's second lowest in production, keeps faltering. The quarterback situation in Atlanta is delicate right now. Penix, who was drafted with high expectations, has thrown 2 interceptions in the recent loss to the Panthers, and completed just 50% of his passes. That's not the kind of performance you want from a rookie first-rounder, especially when the team is counting on him to develop into a franchise quarterback. The pressure is mounting, and some fans are already questioning whether the coaching staff will stick with Penix long-term or look to Cousins as an alternative. And that's where the story gets even more complicated. Cousins, who had been regarded as one of the league's most consistent quarterbacks during his time in Washington, is now in a situation where his future with the Falcons is uncertain. Despite the big money contract, he's not the starter right now, and the team is clearly in a phase of evaluating its options. The decision to draft Penix over the summer was bold, and it's reflective of the Falcons' long-term vision. But for Cousins, it's a reminder of how fragile a quarterback's position can be in the NFL. One moment you're the star, the leader, the face of the franchise, and the next, you're a backup waiting for your shot. And for fans of Washington, this story hits close to home. Because Cousins, after all, was once the guy leading the Commanders into battle, inspiring hope and belief. When Cousins was drafted in 2012 out of Michigan State, he was a fourth-round pick, a guy who had to fight for every opportunity. Over time, he proved his worth, earning the starting job from Robert Griffin III in 2015 and becoming the franchise's most consistent quarterback in recent history. His leadership in those years, especially during the 2015 season, helped the Commanders reach the playoffs and gave fans moments of pride. The "you like that" moment became a rallying cry, symbolizing his grit and resilience. But since those glory days, the team has struggled with consistency, and Cousins has moved on, now trying to make his mark in Atlanta. Interestingly, the current Falcons team is a far cry from those early days of Cousins' career in Washington. Since their last winning season in 2017, Atlanta has faced a series of rebuilds, coaching changes, and inconsistent performances. The 8-9 finish in 2024 was another disappointment, and many fans are wondering if the current quarterback situation can be turned around. The drafting of Penix was seen as a bold move, but it's also created a complex dynamic. The team's offense has been sluggish, ranking second lowest in the league, and with upcoming games against Washington and Buffalo, the pressure to find offensive stability is mounting. The Commanders, for their part, are preparing for Week 4, knowing that they could face Cousins, the man who once led their offense and gave them some of their most memorable moments. For the Commanders, this upcoming game is more than just a regular season matchup. It's a chance to see what could have been and what still might be. Cousins' story in Washington is one of perseverance and resilience, a narrative that still resonates with fans. His time in Washington was marked by moments of brilliance and leadership, but also by the frustration of what could have been if the team had been more consistent around him. Now, as he sits on the sidelines for the Falcons, it adds a new layer of intrigue to the game. Will he get a chance to play? Will he be the difference maker in Atlanta's attempt to turn their season around? Or will he continue to watch from the sidelines, waiting for his next opportunity? It's a storyline that's rich with emotion, history, and the unpredictable nature of football. And let's not forget, the Falcons' struggles on offense are not just about the quarterback. It's a team effort, and the pressure is on everyone from the offensive line to the play caller. The team is searching for consistency, trying to find their rhythm, and in the midst of all this, Cousins' name is now part of the equation again. The NFL is full of surprises, and sometimes, the storylines that seem to be in the background become the main focus. The upcoming game in Week 4 between Washington and Atlanta is shaping up to be one of those moments. It's a clash of narratives. For the Commanders, a chance to continue their momentum and prove they're on the rise, and for the Falcons, a test of their resilience and a potential turning point if Cousins gets into the game. Now, what does this mean for the Commanders? Well, heading into this game, they're eyeing that 3-1 record, a promising start that could set the tone for the rest of their season. They've shown resilience, especially in close games, and they're eager to build on that momentum. Facing a Falcons team that's struggling offensively and has questions at quarterback makes it an opportunity for Washington to take control. But they also need to prepare for the possibility of seeing Cousins back on the field. That adds a level of complexity and excitement, knowing that the quarterback who once led their franchise could be trying to make a statement in a different uniform. For the fans, it's a story of redemption, perseverance, and the unyielding passion that makes the NFL so special. Cousins' journey from being the viral "you like that" hero to a backup in Atlanta is a reminder of how fleeting success can be and how important resilience is in this league. It's also a testament to the unpredictability of football, how quickly fortunes can change, and how players must adapt and fight through adversity. As we look ahead to Week 4, one thing is clear. Whatever happens, this game will be more than just a matchup. It's a chapter in the ongoing story of Kirk Cousins, the Commanders, and the NFL itself. The fans of Washington are eager to see how this story unfolds, whether Cousins will get that chance to step back into the spotlight, even if just for a moment, and whether the Commanders can continue their climb up the NFC standings. It's a game that promises drama, history, and a reminder that in football, anything can happen. So stay tuned, because this story is far from over. The NFL never fails to surprise us, and this upcoming game between the Commanders and Falcons might just be one of those moments that fans will remember for years to come. Whether Kirk Cousins makes an appearance, whether the Commanders keep their winning streak alive, or whether the Falcons find their rhythm again, everything is on the table. That's what makes the NFL so incredible. That's what keeps us all coming back, year after year, season after season. And for the fans of Washington, this game is a reminder of the rich history, the ups and downs, and the relentless passion that defines this franchise. So get ready, because Week 4 is shaping up to be one of those unforgettable moments in NFL history, and you don't want to miss a second of it. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news.